Thank you for joining us for the weekend edition of National Focus. I am Lourianne Graham Carter. Coming up, government pledges first-rate service at new hospital. Economist says CBI equals less burden to Dominica, and farmers encouraged to become DOMGAP certified. Stay with us for the details of these and other stories after this.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Thank you for staying with us. As the construction of the most fundamental symbol of exceptional healthcare service, the new National Hospital officially began on Monday. Government has assured the Dominican public that top-level service delivery will be provided at the new health facility. At the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the Chinese-funded US $40 million hospital, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit asserted that the staff at the new National Hospital will be among the most competent and caring health professionals in the region.
We also have to ensure that the service that we deliver to patients at the hospital will be top-notch. In that regard, the management structure of the hospital will be reviewed. There will be widespread training in customer service. We will ensure that the relevant laws are updated and that the protocols on patient care are developed and implemented. We want the experience of everyone who visits the hospital to be a pleasant one.
Honorable Dr. Skerrit also shared that the new National Hospital will be equipped with some of the finest and most technologically advanced equipment money can buy. This will include medical transportation.
Complementary to the construction of his new facility will be an upgrade of our national ambulatory services, whereby there will be a full complement of ambulances which will be strategically located around the island, taking into consideration current and projected residential patterns. In other words, we would want to ensure that ambulance services are available on a timely basis to people living in every corner of the island, guaranteeing minimum response times to reaching the ill and then traversing from point of contact to the hospital. Ultimately, because of the geographical terrain of Dominica, we would want to move to and reach the stage of introducing a helicopter ambulatory service that can respond and attend to emergencies in a matter of minutes.
Honorable Minister for Health Dr. Kenneth Daru acknowledged that there are challenges in service delivery and government has been taking steps to address them.
We have also committed to ensuring the availability of equipment, training of local specialists, nurses, professional healthcare givers, and most importantly, providing a mentorship program to assist in the personal development of medical providers to improve the way they conduct their professional duties, thus enhancing the patient's experience. We will continue to invest in this component of healthcare and improve on service delivery, but I cannot overemphasize that a state-of-the-art building and equipment will not cut it if we don't have the corresponding trained, dedicated and committed healthcare providers.
His Excellency China's Ambassador to Dominica, Li Jiangnin, reiterated the support of the people and government of the People's Republic of China to provide education in various fields, including healthcare.
Dominican medical personnel continue to benefit from exchange and training programs sponsored by the Chinese government. And of the more than 50 Dominicans who are going to China to attend training courses in various areas this year, 13 are medical officials, doctors, and nurses. There are Dominican students going to China to study medicine on scholarships every year. Some have come back to serve. Ladies and gentlemen, Since the establishment of diplomatic relations 12 years ago, our two countries have become close partners despite of big differences in country size, population, history, and the vast distance that separates us.
The new national hospital is final of the four-pillar project signed between China and Dominica in the Memorandum of Understanding of 2004. The facility, which will cost over 100 million EC dollars, will be erected in 7 phases and is set to be completed in 2.5 years. And in other stories, Petrocaribe of PDV Caribe Dominica Limited continues to keep to its promise of contributing to Dominica's economic development. On Friday, the company launched commercial LPG to its corporate partners. Currently, the company supplies 20-pound and 100-pound LPG cylinders on the market. The Honorable Acting Prime Minister Dr. John Colin McIntyre addressed the official media launch. He made a call for Dominicans to protect this investment.
This initiative, it's a serious organization. It is one of the organizations that we have to protect. And I mean, the amount of programs in terms of the social programs in Dominica, the sea defense walls, and the various programs that have been run from this initiative in terms of from a social point of view. Let us not take this for granted. Let's not take that for a joke at all. We have a relationship with Venezuela through this initiative that is helping us. We have to protect it. It is very, very disheartening to hear people come on these radio stations and the negativity that flows in terms of trying to cry down this relationship.
The Honorable Minister responsible for Petrocaribe Regional Austria is elated that the company continues to fulfill its social obligation to the island. He says with this new initiative, the company is keeping the spirit of this social obligation alive.
Today is especially significant to me because in spite of the challenges that are being faced both in Dominica and in Venezuela, we have been able to keep the spirit of Petrocaribe alive. And more importantly, the expansion of Petrocaribe. We have made significant strides, and today the commissioning of the LPG sphere is going to be very significant as we move to continue to serve the people of Dominica and to bring the true benefits of Petrocaribe, which was always the intention to the people of Dominica.
Large-scale consumers of LPG, including hotels and restaurants, will be the primary beneficiaries of such a move. General Manager of Petrocaribe Dominica, Henry Blanco, assured that the new product will be competitively priced.
I'm proud to announce that on June 30th, let's say almost 1 week ago, we received our first shipment of 1,544 barrels of LPG. This means that we can guarantee supply on the market for at least 3 months and maintain security stock. My friends, we are here to ensure that our customers receive the cleanest fuel, as our gas is made up of 50% propane and 50% butane, and it will be sold at the unbeatable price.
The General Manager asks Dominicans to continue being partners of development with the company. You are watching National Focus. More when we return.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. Honorable Minister for Public Works and Economist by profession, Senator Miriam Blanchard, wants the Dominican public to know that the opposition's criticism of the Citizenship by Investment program means its disregard for national development. Government CBI program in the last year financed $99 million in projects in the Ministries of Agriculture, Employment, Social Services, Tourism, small business, investment, housing, and public works. 54 million of that sum went to debt and interest payments and budgetary support. All of this without the need for additional taxes or burdensome loans. She described the possible impact if the CBI program was to be discontinued based on opposition dissent.
That would in effect mean higher rates of personal income tax, higher rates of corporation tax, as well as higher rates of other taxes and levies on the backs of workers of this country. Madam Speaker, on the backs of all of us in this honorable house. Every cent he grudged the Citizenship by Investment program for generating is every cent he willed upon the backs of taxpayers of this country. And I want to repeat that, Madam Speaker. Every cent that the leader of the opposition bemoaned of the Citizenship by Investment program raising is in effect every cent that he prefers the taxpayers of Dominica had generated on their own.
She went further to also describe the scene with the opposition's alternative.
The Citizenship by Investment program raised in excess of $200 million last year. I would like to hear from the opposition. What enlightened measures would you have implemented to raise $200 million in non-tax revenues in a 12-month period? Let us assume that the Honorable Leader of the Opposition was in fact the Prime Minister and Minister for Finance of Dominica and had suspended the Citizenship by Investment program and maintained a hostile and unfriendly relationship with the aforementioned government. We need, Madam Speaker, for someone on the other side of the House to rise to their feet and tell us how Dominica would have recovered to the extent that it has without forging and embracing those alliances that this Roosevelt-Kerry-led government has formed. How would they have raised the money? The leader of the opposition got away with these generalizations through the years while serving as a journalist and a social commentator. But as a member of the parliament and the leader of the opposition, he should not be allowed to. He should tell us, if not our way, then how should it be done?
And finally, the Dominica Bureau of Standards continues to work with the Ministry of Agriculture and other stakeholders to ensure that agricultural practices on the island's farm meet international requirements. The Bureau has for the last 3 years been involved in implementation of a national farm program to certify farm products, farmers, farm workers and processes. In an interview with GIS News this week, Technical Officer Roland Royer explained that with the program, which is called DOMGAP or Dominica's Good Agricultural Practices, is based on international standards and is already being utilized in the banana sector.
Over the past years, Dominica has been losing market share in the region because of the quality of the produce that we export. Countries in Latin America, Dominican Republic, and even our neighbors, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, has been eating into our market share. So what we need to do in order to regain that market share, we need to offer something that is presentable, that is competitive in price, and something that is of high quality. So the DOMGAP is basically geared to do all that.
Roy explained that DOMGAP will improve the competitiveness of Dominica's produce on the regional and international markets.
It also provides an assurance that the commodities that are suitable for human consumption, because we know the issues of food safety, when we consume, we want to make sure that what we eat will not contribute to any foodborne illnesses, and that is very, very important. As we know, the government are making tremendous effort now in bringing investments such as hotels, and these hotels are international chains, which would require some level of traceability if they were to buy any commodity from a farmer in Dominica. This now will increase the consumer confidence that what they are buying from Dominica is indeed wholesome and safe to consume, and what it's going to do, it will enhance the competitive edge of Dominica produce on a marketplace.
Training for certification is available to all commercial farmers, and according to Royer, the process is simple.
And if commercial farmer who has interest in doing that. They go for the Ministry of Agriculture, they express their interest. That information will be made available to the Bureau of Standards. We do a pre-assessment of the farm to identify the gaps, so we know exactly what has to be done to make them compliant. We then assist them in implementing the corrective measures. So if they were to put in signage, documentation, we'll assist them in doing that. And then when they're ready, we do a follow-up assessment to see if they have really implemented, the corrective measures. And once that's done, an official GAP audit will be done, and then they'll be issued their certification.
Let us now join Jana Hector for a recap of this week's headline stories.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, $500,000 has been earmarked to increase productivity in the Ministry of Agriculture's Support to Horticulture program. The minister explained that the program is aimed at providing inputs and technical support to farmers to increase productivity, income activity, and competitiveness. This $500,000 cash injection is also to improve the export food supply. The Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Maho constituency, Reuben Blackmore, has revealed that the Citizenship by Investment program has made available over $500,000 towards road rehabilitation in Maho, Massac, Jimmet, Warner, Canefield, and Belfast. Also this week, ground was broken for the new National Hospital, which will cost more than 100 million EC dollars. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit expressed that he has wished for this moment since he first assumed the leadership of Dominica. This project is one of 4 pillar projects, gifts promised by the People's Republic of China. The Windsor Park Sports Stadium, the Edward Oliver LeBlanc Highway, and the rehabilitation of the Dominica Grammar School were the others. Honorable Health Minister Dr. Kenneth Daru described the event as a breakthrough moment in the development of Dominica. The government of Dominica and the 8 banks signed 2 contracts this week to significantly stimulate economic activity, placing at the bank credit facilities of $15 million to improve hotels and restaurants and $10 million to boost the agriculture industry. He is confident that the $25 million investment will lead to an increase in jobs for Dominicans. Both loan facilities are at a 3% interest rate. The coffee rehabilitation project of the Ministry of Agriculture will get some additional attention in this financial year. $300,000 have been allocated just for this project this year. So far, 50,000 Arabica seedlings are being housed at agriculture stations for propagation. The target is 100 fresh acres of coffee. Government will provide aid to growers in the form of pruning and cleaning techniques, fertilizer and input supply, pest and disease control, and farm drainage. The Honorable Minister for Health, Dr. Kenneth Daru, has indicated that locals could soon access knee and hip replacement surgery right here in Dominica. He emphasized that government is working on the necessary adjustments to make these services locally accessible. These were some of the headline stories making the news this week. For details of each of these stories and others, visit our website or Facebook page.
Thank you, Jana. Coming up, your Creole highlights with McPherson St. Luce.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole, non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ministre touriste Honorable Senator Robert Tong qui a fait parole que le ministre qui a engagé un programme d'entraînement pour tout guide qui prend place la semaine prochaine. Selon le ministre Tong, le programme ça là qui mène employement en Dominique et des bons standards autant important pour l'industrie là. Ministre là ça joué par ailleurs, mais stakeholders même ni par ailleurs pour jouer en industrie là. Ministère a dit trainement pour yon sans monde déjà tapé attention et puis les traitements ça là qui fini ça qui complémenter travail tour guide en industrie là. Sénateur Tong dit même si yon des monde qui parlé bagay négatif contre industrie là, bagay positif vraiment qui prend place. Honorable Tong a créé à ces hôtels pour formuler business plan ailleurs pour augmenter l'industrie là et puis prendre l'avantage. Ministre là qui aussi travail et puis ministre commerce conduit traitement par l'occasion hôtel. D'autres nouvelles, gouvernement Dominique ensemble et puis management Aid Bank qui mette mis en place et puis un monitoring team pour garder bien pour les gens qui peut être l'argent que Aid Bank a fait. Institution là vous avez 10 millions de dollars pour prêter habitants augmenter sa fait production. Parole celle-là sur le ministre agriculture Honorable Johnson Drago.
Le gouvernement met l'argent comme ça. Et pas la première fois que le gouvernement a mis l'argent pour pousser l'agriculture devant. Première phase, l'argent nous a mis $2,000 à l'Agricultural Investment Unit. Autant c'est les gens qui tapent l'argent, service l'argent pour d'autres bagailles. Il y a des gens qui ont un ticket, il y a des gens qui ont une voiture, ils ont pour planter, mais ils servent l'argent pour d'autres bagailles. Puis là, ils viennent payer l'argent. So, Aid Bank jamais été appelé un monde qui a oversight. Et puis, le gouvernement même, quel est le monde qui a travaillé avec le ministre de l'Agriculture, qui a travaillé puis c'est planter ça, et puis qui a visité bien doué pour voir qui ça yo dit que fait puis l'argent yo ka fait et puis yo ka keep commitment yo et puis c'est l'argent ça yo nous ka monitor yo et puis nous ka ba yo training ministre agriculture qui ka ba c'est na training and n'importe ça yo what we are doing ministre agriculture et puis technical staff agriculture qui aide ces monde là pour voir qui yo maximize développement yo puis c'est l'argent ça yo.
On a une nouvelle, Rotary Club Dominique en collaboration avec le ministre Santé et Association Diabetes lancé une mission pour traitement de diabète en Dominique. Une délégation de l'Université Hampton, Virginia, l'Amérique, était en Dominique pour assister et puis traitement monde qui est diabetes. Officier médical Dominique recevait traitement, ça c'est traitement pour monde qui est maladie là. Rebecca Yoseb, c'est nos qui traite monde et puis maladie là.
Nous ici pour apprendre comment pour mettre occuper pied moun qui ni pisadou. Les moun ni pisadou, il ka affecter ces nerfs là. Nerfs là c'est ça qui fait moun senti si on ni douleur, si ni chaleur, si comment yo ka marcher en position pied yo yé. Et nous ni jodi là un docteur spécial. C'est Dr. Brian Edmond de l'Université Hampshire en Virginia. Il y avait Madame Lee, Dr. Gray ici pour montrer nous comment pour mettre occuper pied moun qui n'est pisadou. Yo ka montrer nous espoir comment pour screen moun qui n'est diabetes pour nous connaître qui moun qui pli en wis pour trouver conditions ça là parce que nous connaître qui depuis moun n'est pisadou et ces nerfs là affectés, yo pas ça senti bien. So c'est moun ça qui problème avec pied yo ka taper petit dommage, petit bobo, il ka taper infection et sans pas ka circuler bien.
Musique a mis en place pour empêcher moun taper pied à yo couper.
Parce que moun la pas ka senti tant yo observé qui il y a un problème, il a bien avancé avec les il ka total. Nous avons essayé pour empêcher les gens de perdre pied. Parce que les gens perdent pied, c'est autant de problème pour nous qui sont dans le ministère de la Santé et aussi pour les familles et pour les gens qui perdent pied. À part de perdre pied, nous savons l'argent qui a coûté pour occuper ces gens. Et aussi que les gens perdent pied. Autant de fois, après une année, c'est moun sa ka mort. Jodi a nous ka apprendre comment pour meilleur screen ces moun sa là pour nous connaître qui moun qui en wis et qui ça pour faire nous pour yo plus souvent nous pour ba yo plus éducation à montrer comment pour occuper corps yo comment pour manivrer diabetes là et pour yo ça vivre en la vie normale, sans infection, sans couper pied.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Here's how to fix your sleep mistakes. Avoid caffeinated midnight snacks. Avoid using technological devices before bed. Keep the TV out of the bedroom. avoid drinking alcohol before bed, and avoid unrealistic sleeping hours. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on our past National Focus newscast on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Lourianne Graham Carter. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.